I'm Javier, and in this video, we'll interview author, coach, and public servant, Ilka V. Chavez. A certified emotional mastery coach, inspirational speaker, and leadership consultant, Ilka has terrific insights that you'll find really helpful. But before we get started, please be sure to click the subscribe button, like us on Facebook, and of course, visit thegovgeeks.com to sign up for resources on professional development in the public sector. We're here to help you get in and get ahead in government. So, without further delay, let's get to that interview. This is Javier with the Gov Geeks, and we're really excited today to welcome Ilka V. Chavez. She is an international best-selling author, a motivational speaker, and an all-around great person. Full disclosure, Ilka and I have had the chance to connect a couple of times before as we used to work together, so I can highly recommend everything that she has to say. Ilka, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Javier. This is so exciting. I love your office decor too.
Yeah, you know, something with the shield, a little bit of Captain America here. It just makes me feel so good about public service. So you have a very motivational theme with everything that you're doing, really leading from the heart, connecting with people. So for today's interview, I'm really excited to talk about 3 of your many tips that you have in your book, but talking about 3 and then talking a little bit more about your experiences. But before we get into all of that stuff, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Ilka V. Chavez, and I am a mother of 2 children, 27 and 21. They're my pride and joy. I have been in business now almost 2 years. I started Corporate Gold, which is a global organization, leadership development organization. And I've been working on that, doing leadership and executive coaching. I have also been working with starting emerging leader programs. In addition to that, I'm also an author, as you mentioned, and a motivational public speaker, and I've been on international stages and plan to continue that. And not just teaching about leadership, but teaching about life, because life and leadership goes together.
Yes, it certainly does. And you've got a great book that's out, but you've also written a couple of other chapters from some of your colleagues' books as well, right?
Yes, so I've done some collaborative, what we call those are collaborative books. So usually there's a lead person that determines, oh, we want to write a book about this bigger subject, and then they get different authors to contribute a chapter. And my first book was in Success University for Women in Business. And in that book, I wrote about honoring your values, because one of the key pieces to being a strong and a great leader is to honor your values.
Honor your values.
Honor your values, because one of the big things is as we lead, sometimes our community and our areas really stray us away from our values. And they have us make decisions that are not anchored on our values. So one of the messages that I share in my talks and in my training is really understanding and knowing your values and honoring them. Besides that, I've also written in 3 other books. So now this book is number 5 for me.
Book number 5?
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, you've done this a whole lot.
In just a year and a half. So I've been truly blessed, Javier, truly blessed.
So Ilka, I'm really excited about your book because you talk a whole lot about how to inspire your tribe. And there's a number of those tips that are there, but I'm looking at one of your materials that you have that came along with your book, and it's so cool how all the information is right here, readily accessible just for quick reference. But I'm hoping we can chat about 3. One of the ones that really sticks out to me, and one of the ones that you connected with just a little while ago, is know your values. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so As a leader and as I've grown, as you know, Javier, I've been with the federal government because yes, I do. I started a business and I still work full time for the federal government.
Sure.
And 23 years of service, and reflecting back as I started this business, and I looked at myself as a leader, and I thought about what is it that's missing. There was always something missing. And it really is almost like going back to your roots and truly thinking about what made you the leader that you are.
Hmm.
And I connected that back to your values, to really knowing what your values are. So the first step that I did was I said, I need to figure out what are my values. And because if I'm going to honor them, I need to know what they are.
Of course.
Secondly, once I find out what they are, I needed to memorize them. It's almost like inscribing it in your heart, because that's going to be a compass that anytime you start to stray away from your values, it's going to bring you back. That's why I talk about anchoring on your values. So, one of the things I share is I have memorized mine, and I actually came up with an acronym for it, and it's RIGHTS, rights. And it's respect, integrity, generosity, humility, trust, and the last one is servitude.
So these are different values that you have for yourself, but other people would have whatever values are important to them.
They can probably have the same, but these are the ones for me because as a leader, we're not here to be served, we're here to serve.
Sure.
And as a federal employee, as a public servant, government geek, I'm a government geek too. And when you come from a place of thinking and knowing that you're here to serve others, that you're here to serve all Americans, people internationally, it just changes your mindset. And when that becomes part of your value, and I recognize that was my value, there's nobody, if it's somebody that's picking up the trash or the president, I treat everybody with respect, integrity, generosity, humility, trust, and I'm here to serve.
I love that. And again, from personal experience, having the opportunity to work with you, I definitely know that that is very true. And I'm really inspired by the idea of having ownership of what we as individuals identify as our own values. And to be honest, that's connected to one of the other it's suggestions on how to inspire your tribe that you write here. So I love this idea about always being prepared for conflict. So recognizing your own individual values, how is it that you can use that to be prepared for conflict?
Because so there's steps to everything that I say, but to be prepared for conflict it's almost like it's funny. I'm watching your shield, and I just gravitated. So you have the shield right over your shoulder, and imagine that your shield is your values. So it's constantly there reminding you. So when you prepare for conflict, you're going to run into people that don't agree with your point of views. You're going to run into people who will be always trying to maybe, like we say, get under your skin. You will run into people that want you to do something unethical.
Sure.
So these are all conflicts that present in any workplace, in your community, at home, in marriages, in siblings. It's always, so you have to be prepared for those things. But the way to really stand strong and stay on your right path is really through your values. And your values prepare you for the conflict. So for example, if I say respect is my value, Javier, and I see you and you walk in the room and I don't say good morning. I don't care if everybody else doesn't want to say good morning. I am going to say good morning. You can answer me if you want or not, but I have stood there. I have been in places where I say good morning and people walk like they haven't seen me, but that's not my problem. So you see, if there's a conflict that presents from that, it's really not my problem. There's something I'm also an emotional mastery coach,
Mm-hmm.
and there's something that I was taught by my instructor that Dr. David John Sinclair, and he talks about the map is not your territory. So basically, if you don't say good morning to me, it's okay. That's for you to figure out, not for me. So it prepares you to prepares you for conflict. It provides you with that shield that's sitting right over your shoulder. Because it's just perfect. It's just
Actually,
perfect.
that really kind of brings me to the last area, which I know that you have plenty of, and you have a whole book, and you've got tons of content on it. But at least for the confines of this video, the last one is learn the lessons, teach the lessons, then lead the lessons. So I wonder if there's still the connection about their values, how you handle and prepare for conflict, and then how you use this as a way to learn from it, and then even to help others learn from it.
Exactly. So there's a slogan that's part of my brand, which is learn it, live it, and lead it, or learn it, live it, and pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something that we are all growing. We're constantly growing. Life is an evolution. You never stop growing. Anybody who wants to stop or run back to their 21, good luck. You're going to have to face the truth. So there's a connection with understanding your values, then understanding what you've been through, been willing to be accountable, whether it's falls, whether you've gone through some bad breaks. It's owning it, not running away from it, and then saying, you know what, I went through this for a purpose, and the purpose was to teach it to other people. That's what I do on stages now. I talk about my real life experiences. I have tons of stories I could tell from working in the government for 23 years. I've built things, I've broken things, I've, saved things. So there's many things you can do, but the connection of really all of those pieces, knowing who you are, knowing your values, being accountable for self. When you tie those things, then you are free to say, I've learned it, I've lived it, and now I can pass it on. With leaders, what we run the risk of, what we run away from is sharing everything.
Right.
And that's where we don't inspire our tribe, because if we feel we have to be strong or we have to withhold information because we feel they're going to take it and run, it goes back to a place of trust. And if you can't trust people you're working with, well, why are you working with them?
Ilka, I know that you've got a number of areas that people could really work with you on, learn more about you. You've got a Facebook page, you've got an awesome Instagram following, your website is great and it's growing. You do a lot of coaching sessions, you do a lot of speaker series and everything. With all of the stuff that's out there, how is it that a person watching this video is really engaged with the message that you're trying to say? How is it that they connect with you?
So they can connect to me with by email at Ilka at corporate-gold.com.
Mm-hmm.
That's ILKA at corporate, CORPORATE-GOLD.com. That's my email address. Or they can send a message to my website, which is corporate-gold.com or ilkavchavez.com. And those are ways they can reach me. And I would love to hear from folks. I would love to hear, get input if someone needs help, just working through, hey, I'm having a hard time in government service. I really want to stay. I want to leave. They can give me a call, even if it's not government service, if they're interested in leadership. As you know, Javier, I've been a politician. I've ran an election here in my local community and been part of that with the school system. I've been worked for 4 secretaries. I worked in New York City Health and Hospitals. I've owned my business before this. So I've been in leadership for a long time, and I'm passionate about growing leaders. So anyone that's interested in improving their leadership in life, because remember, leadership is not just for work. It's for home, it's for community, and most importantly, it's for yourself.
Ilka, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with the Gov Geeks community. We really appreciate your time and your work as a public servant and what you're doing above and beyond that now through your organization to try to give back to help others. We're very thankful for everything that you're doing.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me this opportunity to just share a little drop of what Ilka V. Chavez is up to these days. I appreciate you, and you keep doing great because I think this Government Geeks website is something awesome. And you need to share it with many people because people out there want to know about this. They are asking those questions, but they don't know where to turn. And you are providing that platform to welcome them to learn more about this and even the resources. I know you're going to have many folks here interviewing about resumes and all that. So make sure folks who are watching this keep following Government Geeks. This is the place to learn it. You'll get more people just like myself and Javier who are committed not to ourselves but to you. Thank you, Javier.
Thank you very much.
We hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, share it, and of course, sign up for more strategies on professional development in the public sector. Also, at our website, thegovgeeks.com, you can sign up for courses and get information on coaching too. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. Together, we can help government meet its mission and serve the people. We're in it to make a difference. Thank you so much for watching. Service for public servants.